The sun beats down on the endless sands of Egypt. Monuments rise, colossal and silent. The pyramids, the Sphinx, temples carved with precision that still defies modern understanding. But what if the story we know is only part of the truth? What if the true architects of this ancient civilization were not entirely human? Imagine beings from beyond our world, descending from the skies, their presence shaping the course of human history. This is not a tale of fantasy, this is a question. What if aliens had landed in ancient Egypt? Picture the Nile flowing through a land of fertile plains and towering deserts. The first pharaohs rise to power, building a civilization remarkable in its scale, intellect, and artistry. These people could align massive stones with perfect precision, chart the stars with astonishing accuracy, and predict celestial events centuries in advance. How did they achieve this without cranes, pulleys, or modern tools? Could it be that the knowledge that guided them came from the stars? Legends tell of gods descending from the sky, leaving gifts of knowledge. What if these were not myths, but accounts of visitors, beings whose technology and wisdom far surpassed human understanding? Imagine shimmering spacecraft above the pyramids, glowing lights reflecting on golden sands, pharaohs and priests watching in awe. These extraterrestrial guests may have introduced innovations, taught architecture and mathematics, or guided astronomical observations, leaving humanity with the blueprint for a civilization that could endure millennia. Some hieroglyphs depict humanoid figures with strange features, others show objects flying across the sky, perhaps depictions of ancient spacecraft. Archaeologists continue to puzzle over anomalies, structures that are geometrically perfect, alignments with distant stars, advanced irrigation techniques, and tools that defy explanation. Could these records be more than myth? Could they be the remnants of direct alien influence encoded in Egypt's enduring monuments? Consider the pharaohs themselves. Were they rulers of humans alone, or were they guided by these visitors? Temples, pyramids, and hieroglyphs might encode knowledge passed down from alien mentors. Could some artifacts, some sacred texts, contain instructions for technology or science that humanity would only rediscover centuries later? Perhaps these visitors shaped the trajectory of human history, leaving clues that remain just out of reach, waiting for someone perceptive enough to decode them. Now imagine a hidden chamber within the Great Pyramid, sealed for millennia. Inside, artifacts beyond imagination, advanced knowledge preserved in stone, metal, and crystal. Could this chamber hold the answers to humanity's greatest mysteries? The alignment of the pyramids, the Sphinx's construction, the mathematics of the Nile's flood cycles? Perhaps all were influenced by beings from beyond Earth. Could their knowledge extend to energy, astronomy, or technologies that remain unfathomable today? And what if Egypt was not the only civilization touched by extraterrestrial visitors? Could similar encounters have influenced Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, or the civilizations of Mesoamerica? The possibilities are staggering. Humanity's history could be far older, far richer, and far more mysterious than our textbooks suggest. Perhaps these encounters explain the sudden leaps in knowledge, architecture, and culture that appear in human records with no apparent predecessor. Yet no clear evidence survives. The records are encoded in myth, in stone, in stories, hints, not proof. This leaves us with questions. What if humanity's greatest achievements were guided by beings from another world? What if the pyramids, hieroglyphs, and sacred relics are keys to knowledge far beyond our understanding? Perhaps the greatest discoveries are not in the sands themselves, but in the knowledge hidden within the minds of those who recorded what they saw long ago. As we reflect on this possibility, we see the story of ancient Egypt in a new light. The pyramids, the Sphinx, the temples, and the hieroglyphs are not just monuments to human achievement. They may be signposts pointing to a knowledge we have only begun to imagine. They challenge us to look beyond what we see and consider that the history of Earth is far richer, stranger, and more mysterious than we ever dared to believe. And so we are left with a question that endures across millennia. What if aliens really had landed in ancient Egypt? Could the legacy of their visit still shape us today, hidden in plain sight within monuments, stories, and artifacts. The pyramids stand, the Sphinx gazes silently, and the desert whispers its secrets. Perhaps the most incredible discovery of all is not yet made, and perhaps humanity is only beginning to realize it.